Alright, today we're going to look at 10.2, Finding Arc Measures, Part 1. In this unit, you will find arc measures, identify congruent arcs, and prove that all circles are similar. So we've got some definitions that we've got to put in here. So let's get started on those. There's about 10 different vocabulary words that you're going to need to work on. So the first one, and I'm just going to draw a circle first, just so we have it there so we can label these as we go. So I'm going to draw a circle up here. So go ahead and draw a circle, and we're going to put our center of our circle, which is going to be C. And then we're going to draw some radii coming out. And then we're going to label those A and B. Alright, now we're going to get into some definitions. So the first one is going to be the central angle. And it is formed by two radii. So that's two radiuses. And has a vertex at the center of the circle. So that's the first word, central angle. Now we're going to take and we're going to learn three more. We're going to talk about a minor arc. Alright, so that's our next one, minor arc. So a minor arc is, or it has endpoints of A and B. So I'm going to highlight that real quick. So your arc is right here. So A and B. And it is of the, whoops, I forgot to change my, back to that. And it is of my angle ACB. Alright, so the minor arc is endpoints of AB, and it's of the angle ABC. And the last thing that you need to know about a minor arc is that it is less than 180 degrees. Okay, so that's the key on this one, less than 180 degrees. Alright, and we know that 180 degrees is half of your circle. Alright, so if you want to label this up here, you can label this as minor, whoops, gotta spell it right though. Minor arc. So if we know that a minor arc is less than 180 degrees, when we talk about major arc, all right, is going to mean that we are looking at more than 180 degrees. So we're also going to say endpoints of A and B, but I'm going to mark this one as yellow, and we're going to do this one, let's do this light blue. Means that we're going to go opposite direction, and that's going to be our major arc. All right, so the major arc is going to be, again, our triangle. Whoops, and I forgot to put one. Give me 1 second. I forgot to put letter D here. But it's going to be of a DB. Okay? And it is more than 180 degrees. So minor arc is less than 180. And notice it's very important when you're looking at these that you are looking at the letters of the angle. So this one has C in the middle, okay? And this one, the major, has the D in the middle, okay? So that's where the differences are going. So I'm going to write up here, major arc, and I'm going to put A, D, B. Okay. The last one that we want to know as far as definition, which you should know this one, is semicircle. And basically a semicircle is an arc with endpoints that use the endpoints of the diameter. Okay, so basically I'm going to draw a little circle here just so we can see that. Alright, so if I draw my diameter going across, oops, drawing my diameter going across, maybe, there it goes. Alright, my semicircle goes from endpoint to endpoint on my diameter. So let's pick pink. So it's going to go from this point all the way around to this point. Okay, so diameter is half the circle, and we have learned that half the circle is 180 degrees. Okay, so equals half the circle. Because we know that 360 degrees is a full circle. So if you have two halves, 180, 180 equals 360. All right, now we're going to go into our example, and we're going to talk about the measure of minor arcs. All right, so we're going to go into our example, and as we go, we're going to take our notes. So this is example 1, in your book. And we're going to do this as we go. So I'm going to draw my circle. And I'm going to put across a diameter. And then I'm going to have one radius coming out. And we're going to label these. Remember, these are non-exact. And we're going to label this 110 degrees. Okay? So it's asking us to find the measure of each arc of circle P. And it's also going to say that RT is the diameter. All right, so to find the measure of a minor arc, okay, so we're looking at something that's less than 180, which they've given us one, so I'm going to make this yellow right here. This is yellow. The rule is that it is the same measure as what your angle is. So if this is 110, then the arc is going to be 110 degrees. Okay? So we would say the measure of RS, and what you're going to do is you're going to draw a little curve over it because it means arc, equals 110 degrees. So the rule for the measure of angle of an arc, a minor arc, so we're going to put the note over here, minor arc is the measure of the angle. So that makes it very, very easy. Now we have to figure out what our other major arc is. So we're going to come here and I'm going to draw this. So we're going this way. So we're looking at angle. So I'm looking at my angle RTS, which is my measure of my arc RS. And how are we going to find that measurement? Okay. And actually I should have put a T in there. Let's go back. This should have been arc, RTS. That's what I did wrong. Let's do that. Instead of angle. So RTS, how are we finding that arc RTS? So what did we write down here? Let's go back down here for a second. What did we say a full triangle or a full circle equaled? Okay, we said 360. Well, if we know the entire circle is 360, we can use this 110 to help us figure out what RTS is. So basically, the measure of RTS is 360 minus my measure of my arc, RTS. And I did that wrong too. I can't take it because I don't know what RTS is. So this is a common mistake you guys are making. So I'm not actually looking for that. I need to take this out and I need to make it RS because we know what our S is. That would be 360 minus 110, which would give us what's left over in our arc. So that would give us 250 degrees. Now, the last one that we are going to look at is we're going to look at RT, our diameter. And what do we know about our diameter? Okay, our diameter goes across and it creates a semicircle. So if you look at RT and you're looking at, let's use pink, this side, we know that that is 180 degrees. All right, so on that side we know is 180 degrees. We want to know what our ST is. So arc, oops, arc RST. Well, we know that we have 120 by RS, so, or 110, I should say, 110 for R to S. So that means I have to find T to S in my arc. All right, which we do not know, but we do know it's going to equal 180 degrees. Okay, so if we want to find what T to S is, we would take this 110 and we would subtract it, which would give us TS, which is going to give us 0 minus 0, 8 minus 1 is 7, so it'd be 70 degrees. All right. So again, let's go through this. We found the minor arc is 110. We know that from R to T is 180. We know if we go from RST, it's 180. If we take 180 minus 110, that gives us 70. So we've got several different ways that we're looking at this, and I'm going to make sure we box in these answers so that we have them all. And I'm going to put this equals 180 degrees. So not hard. Once you figure out the first one, it pretty much is easy to do. All right, so you're going to do a try it on this. So we're going to draw another circle. Oh, I don't like it when they come out to be ovals. Let's try that again. All right, there is our circle. We're going to label it. And we're going to do this. So we're going to draw a diameter across. And we're going to draw this way, and then we're going to label it. So we've got A, D, C, and B, and you're going to label this 65 degrees. So on this, I want you to find the minor arc of AD. So I'm going to put the, let's do measure of AD, which should be easy. Then we're going to go to B. You're going to find the measure of DBA, the arc measure of arc DBA. Then you're going to tell me, and I'm going to skip a couple lines, C, you're going to give me AB is the diameter. And I want you to find BDA. And then I want you to see if you can figure out what the arc of DB is. Let's put measure of arc. So measure of DB. Alright, so that's example number 1. Alright, so you're doing the try it. So once you get done with this try it, you're going to put your answers into Canvas and then do some practice problems.